Hello and welcome. Today's story is about ambition, procrastination, and the hidden battle that takes place inside all of us. In a peaceful village surrounded by fertile land lived a young farmer named Ryan. He was full of dreams. He often spoke about the future he wanted to build. He imagined owning the most successful farm in the region. He pictured people admiring his achievements and asking for his advice. Everyone who knew Ryan believed he had potential. He was intelligent, healthy, and capable. Yet despite his big ambitions, his fields remained empty season after season. While other farmers worked from sunrise to sunset, Ryan spent hours talking about what he would accomplish someday. He loved the idea of success, but he constantly postponed the work required to achieve it. One afternoon, an elderly gardener named Hassan visited Ryan's property. Hassan was respected throughout the village because of his wisdom and experience. As he looked across the neglected land, he noticed that the soil was rich and full of possibilities. Yet nothing was growing. Curious, he asked Ryan why he had not planted his fields. As usual, Ryan smiled and replied, "I'll start soon. I'm just waiting for the right time." Hassan had heard those words many times before. Without arguing, he reached into his bag and handed Ryan two small seeds. "These are special," he explained. "One represents purpose and effort. The other represents delay and neglect. Plant them both if you wish, but remember this, whichever one you feed will shape your future." Ryan laughed, thinking it was merely an old man's story. The next morning, Ryan planted the seeds near the edge of his field and returned to his usual habits. He spent his days sleeping, talking, and making plans without taking action. Weeks turned into months, and he kept telling himself there would be time later. When he finally returned to the field, he was shocked. The seed representing neglect had grown into a field of weeds that took over everything, while the seed representing purpose was weak and barely alive. Ryan saw his own life reflected in the plants. Hassan explained the lesson. Success is like a seed. It needs care, patience, and consistent effort. Laziness grows easily when you keep delaying action. Ryan realized his dreams had not failed because they were impossible. They failed because he never gave them the effort they needed. He had confused planning with progress. The next morning, he began clearing the weeds and caring for the struggling plant. The work was difficult, but he continued every day, even when he lacked motivation. Slowly, the weeds disappeared and the plant grew stronger. Months later, it became a healthy tree, proving that consistent effort could transform even the smallest beginning into something meaningful. As Ryan stood beneath that tree, he understood a truth that transformed his life forever. Success is not created by dreams alone. It is built through daily action. Every person carries the seeds within them. One represents the future they hope to create. The other represents the habits that quietly hold them back. The seed that grows is the one that receives attention. Maybe you have goals you've been postponing. Maybe you've been waiting for the perfect moment to begin. Remember this story. The perfect moment rarely arrives on its own. Start where you are. Take one step today, then another tomorrow. Because every great achievement begins with a small action repeated consistently over time. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more motivational stories and life-changing lessons. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.